So, childhood was certainly not a breeze for me. I had to face a lot of troubles and hardships, from health problems to financial destitution. But looking back at it now, I think that is what has developed me into the being that I am today. I think God or a higher power throws struggles at us to test whether we are worthy of success or not. Because it is the hardships that makes success so worthy. When I was about 10 years old, my dad bought a computer. So I fell in love with this wonderful machine instantly. Due to intense curiosity, I played with various softwares that came included in the computer. One of the pre-installed software were Coral Ray. So I started teaching myself 2D animations. But I was not consciously teaching myself. I was just playing with the softwares. I was just tinkling with the softwares. I didn't know what I was doing or why I was doing it. I was just doing it because I enjoyed it, because it felt good. So that's how I started making 2D animations, just simple, basic stuff. So, but I used to love games. I used to spend all my internet data on downloading games. So, but what I loved more was achieving the power, the freedom to create my own virtual worlds where I can do anything I want. So, out of my intense desire and curiosity, I wanted to create my own game. So, but I didn't know anything how games are made. I made my first game using PowerPoint. Now, you must be thinking this. But I was 11 years old. I didn't know what programming language is. I didn't know what gaming engines are. I had no idea. But because I wanted it bad, and I wanted it so bad that I created it using PowerPoint. Really simple, small games. So that's how I started. A few years later, when I turned 30, a catastrophe took place. Yes, it was 26/11. I watched the horror of the attacks on the TV with increasing disbelief. With every life lost, the rage within me increased. I wanted to punch my TV screen. As I sat there watching it helplessly, I wanted to do something, but I couldn't do. Back then, I was just another 13-year-old passionate gamer from a small town with no formal training in computer science. But I wanted to do something. I'll come back to this later. Months later, one day my dad and I traveled to Mumbai for one of our health checkup trips. So my dad knew that I had something, so he wanted to show me how real games are made in a real office. So we traveled to Mumbai and we decided to visit one of the first and the largest company of India, India Games Limited. So for any avid gamer, visiting a gaming company is like a dream come true. As a 13-year-old, I was really excited. I was jumping and running everywhere. It was a big shiny building. I remember getting an endorphin rush. I was so happy. But all that excitement turned into hopelessness when the security guards stopped us. I felt like I was in a sad old Bollywood movie. Geez, these security guards are so so strict. They treat everyone as if the building has a gold vault inside. I think not even a rat can go inside the building without their permission. So we used our persuasion skills and they let us go. So we entered the elevator and we walked towards the India Games office and there was a desk before the office. Guess who was sitting behind that desk? Another security guard. I was really pissed. Man, After so much trouble, I got after the the front gate security guard, and now there is another security guard, and he was not letting us go in because we didn't had any appointment, and we looked like an outsider, and I was 13-year-old. So my dad told the security guard, he gave him a CD of my games and 2D animations, and told him that we made this game because they would probably think that it is a joke if he would tell them that a 13-year-old has have made this. So the security guy took the CD and he gave to someone inside the office, and so we waited for like 30 minutes, and then it became hours and we got no response, and then it was like hours and hours, and time was going like slower and slower. I was getting really hopeless, and like I don't know, this was like roller coaster. I don't know what to do, but nothing. There was no response, so we waited for very long. But we finally lost patience, and we were about to leave. Then the security guard stopped us. He said, "You have waited for so long. Why not wait a little more? Maybe something can happen." The security guard told us. And that day, I learned the importance of patience and perseverance. That if the security guard hadn't told us about this, then I'd not be where I am today. So we waited for a little more, and a guy came from the office, and he took us inside. And so I went inside the office. It was huge, and we sat inside a meeting room with glass walls, and so we chatted about simple stuff like what do you know, and how do you learn this and stuff. So they were really impressed and amazed. So we toured the office. Our goal was my father's goal was to show me how real games are made, the real office. So we toured the office, and then we went home, back to our mundane daily lives. So, but then I got a call from India Games. They said that the CEO, Vishal Gondal, wants to meet me because he is impressed and he wants to talk to me. So we went back to the office, and he was really impressed, and he said he'll support me and we'll work something out and we'll make something. So we had a brainstorming session, and then we got into an idea to create a game based on a recent event, that is 26/11, and my drive came back. I wanted to do something, right? So I decided to create this game as a tribute to that 26/11 attack. There are many games in the US where you have many shooter games which motivate people to join the US Army, but you don't have this in India. So this game's motivation is to motivate people to join the Indian Armed Forces and to stand up against terrorism. So I got hyped up and ready to work. India Games supported the development, and they also decided to publish the game. But nothing worth having comes easy. Only God knows how hard I worked. I was handling everything, from graphics to scripting. Everything was done by me. I remember those days, man. Those annoying bugs and catastrophic technical problems. I was thinking about it day and night. While eating, while taking a shower, you name it. And also while in sleep, I would dream of going into my game and fixing those problems in my dreams, and sometimes that would actually work out. So that's pretty good. I stopped watching TV, and no Sunday breaks, nothing. And on top of that, only my father supported me, India Games supported me, but other than them, everyone I think did not support me. I think they discouraged me a little because I was not spending time with my friends. They were like really pissed off because I was not hanging out with them, and my friends would mock me, and I had to listen to loads and loads of abuse and scoldings by the teachers at my school. I don't know why, but especially my computer teacher, I thought he'll be really impressed, but he was pissed at me. I don't know why. So, but I figured that the motivation you get by proving others wrong is so powerful that when the teacher like scolded me and things, I got an inner drive because the motivation to prove others wrong is really great. It's powerful. So it helped me. So thank you, all of you. It took about an year of blood and sweat equity to complete this game. There was a point where I was on the verge of giving up because it's like it was never ending. It took about almost an year, so you can think I was really. So there was a point I was about to give up, like thinking, will this game ever be completed? And then the CEO said, let's release this game because it's good enough now. So I was the happiest person on earth that day. I was so happy because you cannot beat this feeling when you develop a product, any product, not just games. When it's going to release, this feeling cannot be replicated by taking drugs or alcohol. It cannot be replicated. You can only get this feeling by hard work and sweat equity. So. Terror Attack Project Fateh was finally released. These were the people who made it happen. Varun Bhavnani gave a lot of feedbacks, and Vishal Gandhar, of course, and my dad. This is the trailer of the game. And I'm happy to say that it got a lot of attention and
this event has a significant contribution to make to the overall entertainment industry. Another important thing that happened was that we had some whiz kids appear in the event. A 14-year-old boy from Patna, Shivam, and this guy said, I'm a game developer, and he made an unconference presentation here, and everyone, literally everyone, was amazed because the guy is from Patna. He is so very straight, transparent, honest, not only just because of his age, but because of the simplicity that he carries with him. He said, I have this problem because when I don't have electricity, I have this difficulty. Then he says, I have a very low-end PC that I'm working on, and therefore I have this problem. And then he's coolly saying that, I thought that I made this game, but when I got the internet connectivity, I realized that no, prior to me, there were a lot of people who have made this game. So I'm not the first one. Now, when people who feel that they are resource constrained, people who feel that we are knowledge constraints or training constraints, just look at this boy and get inspired. So I think India, we were talking about, and there was a time when we were talking about Young India, and we were so proud about presenting Young India. Today, this event has given us a kind of enlightenment that here there is a very young India. So we are going one step forward from Young India to a very young India, and these are the people, these are the icons who are going to tell the world, tell the academia, tell parents, tell industry that guys, you need passion and passion to create something, to create your position, your contribution, and you can ignite so many people's soul in order to come to this industry. And this guy has created, and at his age of 14, he has dedicated a game that he has developed to the country for security. And he says that there is a project, a game called Fateh, and he has dedicated without charging any money. Now, this kind of feeling coming from a kid who has developed a game and presenting it at NASCOM Forum, I think is something which is very, very unique, and I'm very excited.
The game also won the Best Indian Game of 2010 by Intel, and I got an Alienware 15X. The resources available at my disposal were scarce, but that didn't stop me. If you really look at the core, you'll observe that resources doesn't matter. If you're passionate enough, then sooner or later you'll make it happen. You just need the guts to take a step forward. If you're not passionate enough, then you won't be able to endure these long hours of work in order to succeed in any field. It doesn't matter if your resource constrained. What matters is that you're willing to do everything under the sun to achieve your goal. And what matters is passion. And if you have that, you can attain all other things. I was about to give some example, but I'm short on time. So.
Thank you very much. We'll take one question from the audience. Yes, Anil.
I'm curious how old you are, because you make it sound like you've been doing forever. You talk about you've been programming since 11. It seems like a long time for you. Awesome. Great job.